So, welcome to the last class of the Embryoga series. Today we're going to be focusing on crown chakra energy, but really it's the energy of pulling all of the energy centers together and just really connecting to spirit, universal flow. And we have a super special guest today to practice with us. This is Margaret and Felix, who is just going to say hi. And Felix, as you can see, is outside now. But when Margaret first took the Embryoga class series originally, he was inside. And so she's been a really awesome support for me and also teaches yoga along with me here at Zen Riot Studio. And do you want to add anything more, Margaret?
I think you covered it all. That was good.
Yeah, so I also just want to point out that all of these classes you can do even if you're not pregnant afterwards, or if you're getting ready to become pregnant, just kind of pulling that energy of mothering into your space. So you don't actually have to be pregnant to practice this series. And with that, we'll get going. And maybe Daddy can come and get Felix, because it might be a little difficult to, keep him entertained throughout this whole thing. Although Ben is doing a great job. Ben, the cameraman, is doing a great job of keeping Felix entertained. Yeah, good job. He's like, oh, who is this strange man? I know, compared to your baby. So for today's flow, we're going to start in child's pose. So make yourself perfectly comfortable, using a bolster if you need one, knees a little bit wide, and just settle into the surface beneath you. Nice big inhale, maybe exhale through the mouth. Just letting everything settle. Bring your awareness to just your whole entire body and your body in space on the mat. Awareness to the physical body at this time. Inhaling and exhaling. So crown chakra energy is the energy of connection to spirit. And it's really kind of emphasizing how all of the energy centers can work in alignment together with our physical structure as well, and just create optimal health and well-being through our whole entire spiritual connection and the universal flow of love and light. So keeping this in mind as we move through our flow today, just take both hands and walk them over off to the left side of the mat, getting a nice big stretch in the right side body. So you can move the torso along with it. You can take the hands wide, or you can take them close together. Take a nice big inhalation and really feel that stretch between the right hand and the right hip. Breathing into the right side of the body. Inhale and exhale, walk the hands back to the center of the mat. And feel the difference between the two sides here. And then we're just going to walk our hands over off to the right side of the mat. Take a nice big inhalation and an exhale here. Feeling that stretch between the left hand and the left hip. Really feeling the left side of the rib cage with the breath. Nice big inhalation and exhalation. And then gently walk back to center. And we're just going to come gently up into hands and knees. And imagine a big flashlight shining out from the crown of the head. And just to get warmed up just a little bit before we sit in meditation, you're just going to move that flashlight in all directions. So maybe you can come into cat-cow, moving that flashlight down, and then shining it up towards the ceiling. Maybe you can take a little side bend, looking over the right shoulder and looking over the left shoulder. So just go in a nice swirling motion, shining that flashlight in all directions. Maybe even circling the head if that feels okay to you. But just imagine an opening in the top of the head that's just going to allow universal light and truth to just shine and funnel down through all the energy centers of the body. So we're just warming up the spine with this energy. And then you're just going to take your head and put the top of the head on the mat and just rub the top of the head around. Give yourself a nice little massage on the top of your head. So really activate some sensation on the scalp, on the top of the head, the crown, just kind of rolling around on the floor. How's that feel, Margaret? Does it feel great? And then gently come back up, and you're going to end up seated on a bolster. So here's a bolster for you. So just take your time to get to a nice, comfortable, easy seated position on your bolster or your couch or a chair or wherever you're at home. Because a lot of today's flow is going to be visualization and meditation. So just get really, really comfortable in a seated meditation posture. You can take the hands to Gyan Mudra if that feels okay to you, or just hands to the thighs. Gyan Mudra, once again, is thumbs and forefingers lightly touching with the other 3 fingers outstretched, relaxing and releasing the shoulders. As human beings, we are made up of many layers: body, mind, spirit. And these layers are explained and detailed in many different ways according to science, religion, philosophy, culture. In the philosophy of yoga, they are explained and categorized as koshas, which literally translates as sheaths. Your baby also has these layers of being that are developing. So bring your full attention to your physical body first. The head, the shoulders, arms, legs, spine, everything that makes up your physical structure, the heart beating, the lungs breathing, the organs of the abdomen. This is your Annamaya kosha, the layer of your being that makes up your physical structure on this earth. So just bring your full awareness to your physical body. This food sheath, Annamaya meaning food sheath, literally what we have in this form that we need to feed with food. Bring your awareness now to your baby's developing physical structure, because your baby also has these layers of being that are developing. The blood, the bones, the muscles and ligaments and tendons. The next layer, the pranamaya kosha, is the organizing field that holds your material body together. This is the layer that we've been referring to during the whole series when we bring our awareness to the chakras, or the energetic system. This is the life energy that governs your biological processes, from breathing to digestion to the circulation of your blood. It's called chi in Chinese medicine and prana in the philosophy of yoga. So bring your full attention to the point between your nostrils and feel yourself breathe. Feel the sensation of the air on the nostrils. We bring this prana into our bodies through our breath. Gradually, notice your breath becoming more slow and smooth and quiet. Be aware of the energy pulsing through your body that's making your heart beat, your lungs expand and contract, the blood course through your veins. It's the energy that makes your stomach gurgle. The force orchestrating this movement is your pranamaya kosha. So bring your awareness to this layer of your baby's developing being as well. The force that is creating rapid growth and expansion in each and every part of his or her body. Of course, you bring that prana in through your breath. So the ease and the quality of your pranamaya kosha helps develop the ease, the quality of ease in your baby's pranamaya kosha as well. The next layer is called the manomaya kosha, or the mental body. And this is the sheath or the layer that's responsible for our sensory and motor activities and our day-to-day awareness when we're functioning on automatic. It processes input from our 5 senses and responds reflexively. In other words, the part of the brain or mind that regulates instinctual functioning. This sheath shuts down daily for regeneration through sleep. The mental body feeds on the sense impressions that we offer it. Images, smells, sounds, ideas. It is just as important to feed your mental body properly as it is to feed your physical body, especially during pregnancy, as this layer drives our hormonal responses, and those hormones pass through the placenta straight to the baby. So bring your awareness to this layer of your baby's being. At this point, very much dependent on what you are feeding your mental layer. What kind of sense impressions do you want to send to your baby? The next layer is called the Vijnanamaya kosha, and this is the layer that is associated with the power of our intellect, the power of discernment, and encompasses all the functions of the higher mind, the higher consciousness, and our sense of will. This layer is the energy of the ability to direct your own life and make moral choices, knowing right from wrong, having a rich and fulfilling connection to spirit, and pursuing your life purpose. This is the layer that we have been referring to when we bring our awareness to our baby's consciousness. The unique soul, personality, spirit mix that comes into this world to create a being in a physical body. So bring your awareness to your baby's consciousness. This is that part of our being that we can allow that helps to direct our path in life clearly from the understanding that we are all unique expressions of the same consciousness, like waves on the ocean, all slightly different but made of the same water. Lift your awareness a little higher inside your skull and sense that part of your awareness that consciously made the decision to participate in this series, in this meditation right now, because you felt it was right for you and your baby. This is the layer that recognizes the value of expanding your self-awareness, maintain a healthy spiritual life, and do good in the world. And as we go through our flow today, we will focus just a little on each energy center, but try to tap into each energy center through the understanding of the universal flow of life, that energy which is the connection through the crown chakra. You can picture this energy center as a brilliant white light shining above the head like a giant, wide flashlight beaming up into the universe. This creates a funnel that brings this universal spirit energy right into our whole being. So as you picture this, notice the Anandamaya kosha, or the bliss body. This is simply the layer of pure awareness and joy that permeates all the other layers. This enters through the crown to infuse our being with pure universal life connection. Now center your awareness in your heart. Relaxing deeply, breathing smoothly and evenly, allow yourself to settle into a state of complete tranquility. Buried deep in that inner peace is a sense of purest happiness. It is a place of perfect contentment and equanimity, perfect attunement and abiding stillness. Simply be aware of your own awareness. The pure consciousness that is having this experience lies beyond this experience, the observer of all the other experiences and that which connects us to all other beings in the universe. Bliss is the pure awareness that we are not alone, that we are connected to all things in all dimensions throughout space and time. So just rest in the space of pure awareness, knowing that the consciousness of your baby and all other beings also exist here. There is no separation. So bring one hand to the heart center, one hand to the belly. And as you inhale, picture that universal love and light coming down through the crown right into your heart center, filling your heart center. And as you exhale, send that universal love and light right to your baby. So breathe here a few times in this way, funneling that energy of pure universal love and light into your own heart center. And then sending that energy right down through your baby, to your baby. Maybe 2 or 3 more breaths here. Filling your own being with love and light, and sending that same love and light to your growing baby. And then release the hands, and we're going to move into our flow. So we're actually just going to start in Malasana on the bolster or wherever you feel comfortable. So it may be a fairly deep Malasana. There you go. So you can just come into a squat here with the legs wide, or you can come up a little bit off of the bolster, but just sitting here noticing your connection to the earth. So that sense of grounding. Imagine the feet, the legs, the perineum, the support from the earth, that strong foundation. Maybe even repeating this mantra, this affirmation to yourself. I am stable and grounded to the energy of the earth, and I trust my body's ability to give birth. Noticing the energy of the earth supporting you, the foundation of the solid structure of the body, the innate wisdom of the body. And then let's go ahead and take that down to the seat, and we're going to take the left foot into the right inner thigh, planting the right foot on the floor or the mat. And we're just going to do a little hip opener here, pelvis opener, creating some flexibility in the pelvis. So breathing in, just let that leg fall out to the side. Inhale, and exhale, bring the knee in. So you can roll back and forth on your sit bones if that feels good to you. Now really evoking that sense of ease in the joints, of going with the flow, more of the water element and the sacral chakra energy. So remember, the sacral chakra energy is so important for birth. Learning how to go with the flow, letting go of control, letting go of ideas that no longer serve us. Inhaling and exhaling one more time here. And we're just going to extend that right leg out. Feel the sit bones on the mat or the bolster. Take a gentle twist over the left leg. Reach the right arm towards the right foot. And reach the left arm up towards the sky. Getting a nice big stretch in the left side body. And flow just a little bit here with the breath. So just let that arm reach, inhaling and exhale, maybe a little deeper, feeling that sense of water, that ease and grace of movement in the body. Inhaling, exhale one more time, and then gently come up from there, and we're just going to switch legs. So take the left foot into the right inner thigh. And bending the knee. We're going to and you can just lean back on that right hand if that feels good to you. And then inhale, that right knee comes out. Exhale. And just going back and forth here, just keeping in mind that element of water, that sacral chakra energy, the energy of going with the flow, creating some ease and some movement in the joints. Maybe even repeating that affirmation to yourself. I adapt easily with grace to any situation. I go with the flow, letting go of what I no longer need. Exhale one more time, and then just take that foot out to the side, bringing the right foot into the groin, taking a gentle little twist to the right. Inhale that right arm up, and exhale. Just release into this stretch. So moving with the breath here, riding the waves of the breath, inhaling and exhaling at a pace that feels good in your body, flowing with ease and grace. letting the breath inform the movement. And then take a nice big inhale up. Exhale, crossing the legs. We're just going to come to hands and knees. So once we get to hands and knees, just allow that cat-cow movement, remembering to hold baby gently, so it's more of a neutral spine to the cat arch of the spine, and just allow your body to move in whatever way it wants to move here. So you can take the traditional cat-cow type movements, you can add the flowing cat-cow, maybe circling the pelvis a little bit more to just create some movement in the joints. Feel all of the joints kind of loosening and getting lubricated. The hips, the pelvis, the low back, the spine, the shoulders, the elbows, the hands and wrists, even the feet can get involved, the neck. Inhaling and exhaling here. Letting your body move in a way that feels totally comfortable and good to you. And then coming to stillness, we can tuck the toes under and okay. Yeah. So we're going to meet in down dog. Or remember, you can always come to Anahatasana if that's better for your body. That's just puppy pose. So you're taking this down dog, just letting your body flow in down dog, just taking your time to warm up here. And remember, anytime we're doing anything that feels not so good in your body, you just take it in a different way. So you can come to the knees and come to child's pose, or like I said, down to the knees to puppy pose, whatever feels good in your body. Eventually, we're just going to walk the hands back as we widen the feet just a little tiny bit and bend the knees, coming into a squat, maybe just resting the hands on the legs at first and just beginning to build some heat now in the body. Moving up those chakras to that solar plexus area, that area of determination and will and strength. How are you feeling? Hang out here for a little while. Getting some heat in the legs? Yes. Good. Inhale, the arms come up, and we're going to take a little slow breath of fire. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale through the mouth. 3 more times. Exhale through the mouth. Let go, burning away the rubbish. Building some heat and strength in the body. Exhale. Stand up nice and tall. Imagine you have the golden ball of the sun in between your hands. Feel the energy in between your hands. This is the energy of strength, of willpower, of determination, of intention. And as we exhale, in the next exhale, we're going to pull that golden energy ball all the way through our whole entire being. So nice big inhalation, and exhale, just pull that through the crown, through the third eye, through the throat, through the heart, through the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root, all the way down through the legs and the feet. Imagine your whole body full of golden energy. The energy of strength, of will, of determination. You might want to repeat the affirmation to yourself. I am strong, confident, and courageous. I am empowered and aligned with the flow of the universe. Strong, confident, and courageous. And then bring hands to heart center. And gently just walk up to the top of the mat. From here, we're just going to keep that energy moving right up through the chakras, coming to the heart center. So imagine a bright white light in the center of the heart. As you inhale and exhale, it grows in all directions with the expansion of the rib cage. Allow this heart space to become open and energized. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, take the right arm down and take a little side bend to the right, opening the left side of the body, left side of the rib cage. The left side of the heart lifts up towards the sky. Inhale, both arms up. And exhale, let's take it to the other side. So just activating that heart center, the rib cage, the side bodies. Inhale, up. And as you exhale, take a gentle little twist. Really from that center of the chest, the thoracic spine, baby stays forward. Inhale up, take a gentle twist to the other side. And one more nice big inhalation. And exhale, hands are going to come to heart center, and you're going to come into Utkatasana. Nice little squat here. From here, we're going to do some of those angel wing breaths. So you inhale, open your wings. Exhale, close them. And I'll get out of your way because Margaret has some really big wings she's got to open up here. So open those wings wide. Exhale, bring them together. I radiate unconditional loving kindness and compassion, and I give and receive love equally. Remember, heart center is about receiving for ourselves before we can give that all away. If you want to add a straightening of the legs here, you can. Totally up to you. Maybe straightening the legs as you inhale. Exhale, pulling it to heart center. One more time. Inhale and exhale. And then we're just going to stand up, gently lift the left leg, and step back into warrior one. So remember, in warrior one, we are having our feet at least hip distance apart to make lots of room for our baby here. For our body. We're going to inhale the arms up, and let's take it to lotus mudra. So you might need to bend the elbows. Make sure you keep baby pulled to midline, no torquing of the low back. And just a gentle awareness of the hands opening up to that center of the universe. We're going to inhale, and we're going to pull that love and light energy right into the heart space. Inhale. Maybe straighten the front leg if you want. Exhale, pull it right into the heart. Let's do this 2 or 3 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time, really reaching, getting that stretch in the shoulders and the hands and the wrists and the forearm. Exhale down to heart center. Hold it in the heart space here for a breath. And then we're just going to pivot open to warrior two. Allow your body to get into the space that it needs for warrior two. And just like we did in our throat chakra flow, we're going to let our arms tell a story here. So we're going to start by bringing the back hand towards the front. We're going to lift up the elbow, moving all the way through the shoulder girdle, and exhale here, warrior two. So make a couple circles here, moving all the way through the shoulder, noticing that range of motion. Nice big inhales and exhales. Settle into warrior two for a breath. And then we're going to take the front hand and we're going to move it towards the back. So take the front arm, reach it towards the back. Inhale, looking up underneath the arm, opening the heart center to the sky, making a nice big circle. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. And one more time. Inhaling and exhale. And then we're just going to go back and forth between those 2 flows, letting your whole body get involved in any way that feels good. And exhaling. Just really letting your arms be creative, letting them tell a story. What kind of story do your arms want to tell today? Inhale, exhale. Maybe one more time here. Settling into warrior two for just a breath, feeling that energy in the shoulders. And then pivot to goddess pose. So toes out, heels in. And we're just going to hold lotus mudra right here at our throat center. So as you hold this lotus mudra at the throat center, visualize a turquoise blue light in the whole throat space, the neck, the sides of the neck, the shoulders, the ears, the mouth. Maybe repeating this affirmation to yourself. I listen deeply and express myself clearly from a space of love and wisdom. Listening deeply and expressing yourself clearly. Inhale, straighten the legs, take the hands to the hips, pivot the toes forward, and just come into a nice, gentle forward fold. Remembering to use a block if you need one, which depends on how big your belly is, maybe how long your arms are. And just make this forward fold feel really juicy and rich and delicious and wonderful. Letting go, listening to what your body has to tell you here. One more nice big inhale and exhale, and then bend the knees slightly, coming up from our forward fold very gently, and just settle into warrior two with the left toes forward this time. And we're just going to go straight into that creative arm flow. So just allowing the movement to come spontaneously in a way that feels good to you. Taking the back arm forward, nice big circle, and then taking the forward arm backwards. Inhaling and exhaling. Once again, really allow any movement from the torso to happen. Just listening to your body. Nice big range of motion through the shoulder girdle. One more time on each side, inhaling and exhaling. Holding your warrior two, really grounding through the outside edge of that right heel. And then hands to the hips, pivoting to warrior one, now on this side. Lifting the arms up into that lotus mudra here. Maybe straightening both legs, nice big inhalation. Exhale, pulling it right into the heart space. Two more times. Inhale and exhale. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. Hold it in the heart space for a breath or two. And then hands to hips, pop up on that back toe and simply step forward to Tadasana. And in Tadasana, really notice the energy moving through the body. Maybe close the eyes. Maybe you can bring your awareness now to the third eye center. So the brow chakra. Let's take the hands to Hakini Mudra. That's that mudra of concentration with the fingertips together. So just focus your awareness in that third eye center, maybe breathing in through the nostrils and exhaling through the ears. In through the ears and exhaling through the nostrils, just to kind of clean out any of the cobwebs in the brain. This is that center of our connection to intuition, our connection to the part of the brain that regulates all the body's functions. Divine universal wisdom guides my path. I listen to and trust my inner guidance. Absolutely essential during pregnancy and birth to trust the innate wisdom of the body. One more nice big inhale. And exhale here, release the hands. And we're going to lift the hands all the way up. So just standing here in an outstretched Tadasana, feel the strength and structure of the whole body from the root, the feet, the legs, moving up through the pelvis, all the way up through the abdomen and the solar plexus, the rib cage, letting the sternum lift, and the shoulders slide down the back, activating the heart energy, moving up through the throat. Create some space in the neck. So maybe you have to take the elbows a little bit more bent, lifting that awareness up into the third eye. Now imagine hovering above your head, that giant flashlight. And right above the head, right above the crown, is your own unique little soul star. So your own unique soul star is just a manifestation of the greater universal love and light. And your baby also has this same little soul star. So just picture this huge funnel that connects you to the whole entire universe. And we're just going to take that universal soul star and all that connection to all the beings and just bring it right down all the way through the third eye, the throat, right into the heart, and let it just kind of settle in there. Release the hands. Take the right knee up and just settle back into a crescent pose. So nice wide stance between left and right foot, creating lots of space for your body. Once again, inhale and exhale, settle in, holding that space for the body to be rooted and strong at the foundation. Feel strong in the legs. Notice the pelvis, maybe even wiggle it a little bit, that ease of movement through the pelvis. So just allow a little bit of movement there. Notice that quality of water through the joints. Bring that sense of stability up through the midline. So you're really gently hugging baby in, activating the solar plexus, pulling that energy up to the heart space, all the way up to ease in the throat and the neck. Activate your listening. Inhale and exhale, straighten the legs, take the hands to hips and open up into star pose. So nice wide star pose here. And we're going to straighten the legs in our star pose. So just a nice big expansive. So now you have all of that universal love and light, and it's just funneling right down through all the chakras, the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral, the root. We're going to take all that energy, all that connection to all of other beings who have given birth on the planet. And we're going to utilize that as wisdom in our own bodies, in our own way to gestate and give birth to this baby. Take a nice big inhalation. Exhale, squat down, pull it down into heart center. And then we're just going to funnel that down and just give it away to the earth. Present it. Inhale and exhale in this way, creating a nice wide passage for baby to come out and be welcomed in the arms of Mother Earth. And exhale down. Maybe do this 2 or 3 more times. My baby and I are completely connected to the universal flow of love and light. One more time. And on the next exhalation, pivot the feet forward and just come into your forward fold. Your nice, nourishing forward fold. Feel the energy moving through the body, through all the energy centers of the body. Feel your connection to all other women, generations and generations who have given birth before you, who have gestated and given birth, using the wisdom of their own innate being, of their own bodies, and to help us all coming into this physical form in our own unique way. So each baby, each mother, totally unique. Gently bend the knees and come up. Pivot to crescent pose, facing the other direction. Once again, grounding, noticing that connection to the earth, noticing the flexibility in the sacrum and the low back and the pelvis, noticing the strength of the core of the hara, the home of the body, noticing expansiveness in the chest, openness in the throat, listening deeply to our own innate wisdom, moving that energy up through the brow and all the way up into the crown, filling the body with that universal love and light and connection to spirit. Inhale, exhale, pull it all the way down into heart center. Take the hands to hips and step forward. Nice big inhalation and exhalation here. Feel all of the energies moving through the body. The root, stability and grounding to the energy of the earth. The sacrum, adapting, creativity. The solar plexus, confidence, courage, willpower, motivation. The heart center, unconditional love and compassion and kindness. The throat chakra, Vishuddha, listening deeply and creatively communicating what your personal truth is. And then that ajna, universal innate wisdom, divine wisdom, inner guidance. And finally, our connection to all beings through the spirit, through the crown. Nice big inhalation. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we're just going to come down through Malasana before we sit down once again, because we just can't ever squat too much in pregnancy to get ready for birth. Taking your time to get there, keeping the hands at heart center if that feels good. Just wiggling your way down, feeling that strong connection. And then release it. And we're just going to come back to the bolster, or however you can be comfortable seated. Would you like to sit on a bolster, Margaret? Organize our little rainbow here. So it's really helpful sometimes to take these little affirmation cards as you move through your flows and just set them out for whatever intention you're wanting to set for your practice that day. Of course, you can use ones that we've talked about here, or you can make up your own. And one thing I'd like to say about affirmation and the power of intention is that it doesn't really work unless you believe it. So if you're having a hard time believing things that you say, we can turn it into what's called a positive inquiry. So in that case, we ask ourselves the question, what would it look like if I adapted to any situation with grace and ease? What would it look like if I was tapping into my inner guidance? And then you can kind of move your body, or you can move your actions or move your thoughts towards what that means to you. So that's just a little tidbit of information about working with affirmations. Instead of positive affirmation, you could use the word positive inquiry if you have a little bit of doubt. So there you go. So we're going to do a little bit of deeper meditation now, moving into the meditation on the elements in the body. So just find yourself seated and grounded. Notice the energy moving through the body, visualizing that universal love and light flowing through your own universal, your own soul star, and that being pulled all the way into your whole entire being. So crown chakra, of course, is the connection to spirit, but spirit is just one aspect of one layer of our being here on the earth, and pregnancy and birth is obviously a very physical experience. It's kind of like the ultimate in-body experience. And so you bring these two extremes into this process, right? Connection to spirit, which many of us need to draw upon to find strength during the labor process, and connection to those thousands of generations of beings, not just human mammals, but many other beings on earth that have had the wisdom to give birth safely and in a healthy way. And we pull that all into the very physical experience of actually reproduction, which is kind of like the most physical embodiment you can get of life on earth, reproducing, right? So it can be a really great way of kind of visualizing, pulling all of that together. So I want you to just close your eyes. Notice the many different layers that make up your being. That physical layer, the energetic layer, the mental body, the subconscious, the intellect, the consciousness, and then of course that bliss layer, which is pure awareness. And weaving together all of these layers, bringing your awareness back into the body, into the physical body that is made up of the same elements as those in our home, the earth. So all of the chakra energies have an associated element with them. We're going to talk about each one of these. And each of these 5 elements represents a state of matter. Earth is not just soil, but it is everything in nature that is solid. Water is everything that is liquid. Air is everything that is a gas. Fire is that part of nature that transforms one state of matter into another. So for now, just notice the element of earth. In nature, as mountains, trees, rocks, crystals, soil, the very earth itself. Notice this element in yourself as well. The earth element is associated with that annamaya kosha, the food or the physical body. It forms the solid structures such as the bones, flesh, skin, all the tissues, hair, nails, all of the structural support, the fascia, the lining of the blood vessels and organs. Everything that is solid or holds structure of any kind. The skull, the brain tissue holding the structure for the neurons and the synapses. This element provides stability, safety, security, and survival on a very physical level. Notice this element in your growing baby. Notice the earth element in the world, in your own body, and in your baby's body. Feel the energy of stability, security, and safety in your being. And intentionally send the message of safety and stability to your growing baby. Now bring into your awareness the element of water. In nature, this comes in the form of rivers and oceans, lakes, clouds, rain, ice, snow. And just like water is associated with all these different forms, it's very adaptable to temperature, to the structure of the earth holding it as it moves in the way of rivers. Notice the element of water in your own body. All of the fluids, the blood, the synovial fluid creating ease of movement in the joints, all of the mucous membranes, the urinary and waste removal system, spinal fluid, saliva, sweat, digestive juices, tears. The body is made up largely of water, and it's associated with that idea of adaptability, going with the flow, fluidity, and creative change. Notice this element also in your growing baby. Notice the water element in the world, in your own body, in your baby's body, and feel the energy of adaptability, going with the flow, letting go of ideas and ways of being that no longer serve you, and intentionally send the message of creative adaptability and joy to your baby. Now bring into your awareness the element of fire, of the sun, of warmth, of transformation. Fire is associated with all processes that create change of any element from one form to another. The energy of compost, the energy of decay that transforms one state of matter into something else. The energy of a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. Notice this element in your own body. It is associated with hunger and with thirst, the energy of sleep. There's so much work being done during sleep. It's the energy of digestion, cell metabolism, muscle activation, creating movement. It's also the energy of willpower, motivation, and setting goals, doing what is needed to meet these goals. Notice this element very strong in your growing baby. Gestation is very fire-oriented. Lots of transformation, of metabolism and growth happening. Notice the fire element in the world, in your own body, and in your baby's growing body. Feel the energy of willpower, of motivation, of transformation, and intentionally send the message of strength and warmth to your baby. Now bring your awareness to the air element. In nature, this is the atmosphere, the wind, oxygen and carbon dioxide, everything that is a gas. Notice this same element of air in the body, the breath itself. Air is responsible for all moving, including expansion, contraction, suppression. Fire is the energy, but air is the force that moves the energy through the body. Gas exchange brings in necessary oxygen and also cleanses through the exhalation the byproducts of metabolism, carbon dioxide. The air element is associated with the ability to communicate clearly and express yourself truthfully, and influences your ability to act from a place of compassion and love. Notice the element of air in your baby, the element of air in the world, in your own body, in your baby's body, the energy of pure, loving, truthful communication and expression. Now bring into your awareness the element of space, which is the mother of all of the other elements, the container for all the elements on earth. Earth itself, water, air, fire are all contained within the space or ether element, which is the infinite universe itself. This can be related to the Anandamaya kosha, the bliss body. In the body, it is the source of intuition and wisdom from the universe and is associated with expansion. Notice the space within your own body, the emptiness that lies between the molecules, the emptiness that lies in the pause at the top of the inhalation and the pause at the bottom of the exhalation. Notice the space that exists between the synapses and the neurons, the area of pure potential. Experience the space in your being as luminous emptiness, vibrating with possibility and pure awareness. And notice this amazing element in your baby. A luminous emptiness that vibrates with possibility and pure awareness. Notice the element of space in the world, in the whole universe. Notice this element in your own body and in your baby's body, the space between the cells and the fibers, the space between the in-breath and the out-breath, the space between the thoughts. And allow yourself to rest in this energy of space, of bliss, of pure joy, of reverberating stillness. This is the peaceful stillness that permeates all layers and elements of our being. Contemplate the constituents of the body, muscles and blood and breath and bones, as made out of radiantly dancing emptiness. Consider the body as permeated with the essence of the universe, the unendingly generous givingness of space. Practice this, and life will reveal to you that space is always there, already there before you're noticing of it. What we call space is a presence that is a more solid foundation than the firmest granite. Space is permission to exist and worlds within which to express. Without thinking about it, without forming images of it, rest in this vast expanse and become friends with infinity. Now bringing your awareness back into your physical body, maybe even just touching your thighs and your knees, maybe creating a little bit of movement, noticing the solid structure of the physical body, bringing your awareness to your baby in this structure as well, and just bringing the hands to heart center. May this practice of connection to universal love and light, this connection to all of the energy centers in our body, this practice of mindfulness, help us to recognize those seeds of peace within ourselves, within our growing babies, within our babies that are already born, and within all of the babies in the world. May we water these seeds of peace with careful attention, love, and awareness.